Welcome back to Handy Andy. It's been a very long time since I posted a picture. I've been extremely depressed, really busy at work, and just doing a lot of weird stuff around here. Projects that I've been posting up on my Instagram. I'll make sure I put a link to my Instagram in my bio for this and in the description just below. So I'm going to do a bit of welding today. I need to make another one of these. This is a wheel enclosure. You can see the hole right here, so that this wheel can actually go in here. And then be protected on a gate I'm working on. I'm gonna have to cut this piece of metal to make either side, and then this one into three pieces to make the three sides. I want to show you something, and a friend of mine gave me some advice on how to fix this. I'm gonna come up here nice and close. If you look, there's all these spatter, because I was using this as my welding plate. And there's all these little balls everywhere, if you look. And it's a pain in the butt to clean up. So a friend of mine that I worked with, that's a professional welder, gave me an idea. Just go get yourself some high heat grill non-stick spray and spray it on there. I actually bought spatter protection before at the weld shop, and they charged me an arm and a leg, and when I sprayed it and I smelled it, I was like, this is familiar. It's just non-stick spray, so it's just canola oil. And what that's going to do is when the little balls pop off the welder, it hits the oil, sizzles, and jumps off the metal instead of sticking to the metal. So I think we should get going, and so first couple things I'm going to do is clean this piece up, and then start measuring and then cutting. I think for that stuff we'll probably hit time-lapse montage. I'll come back to you after I finish cutting all this stuff out. Alright? Promise. Alright, so I cut out my pieces. These are the front and back of the sides of the box. So these two sides of the box is here. I have to do the hole next, and then the top and the two sides. So these parts I can leave aside for now. I need to work on these two. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clamp them to each other, square up the outsides, mark them for A and B, and then score them, and then put a punch thumb to then drill them out with this. I'm going to be using my new Ryobi brushless drill that I picked up a couple weeks ago. So let's see how that turns out. I actually had the other camera up and running, you'll see it there, and I haven't stopped, so in time lapse you'll just see this start right back up. So here we go. This is the sidewall, and this is actually the axle that was in here. I put one washer because last time I didn't put a washer, and I cannot get this one into this one. It's too close here. I know it's hard to see here in this light, but yeah, it's too close in this dimension in here. So I'm adding a washer. Now I got this. Yeah, the washer sticks out a little bit down there, so it won't be flat. But I've checked it here, and it's flat. So it's flat also this way, but I've checked it this way. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up the welder and weld up these sides with just simple tack welds to start with, and then add the top that goes here, and then we'll finish welding this together. I haven't decided if I'm going to use this camera or that camera there in time-lapse mode to do the welding, but we'll see. Get you guys back here in a few seconds. Alright, here's the plan. I got a bunch of these magnets that I use to hold things up. So first thing I'm going to do is secure the workpiece. So I'm going to bring this here and bring this here like this. So this is going to make sure the piece doesn't move side to side. I'm giving it quite a bit of force. You can see the camera moving. Now what I'm going to do is get one of these little ones that I have. You can get these at Harbor Freight or Home Depot or whatever. They're pretty strong. I'm trying to get all the shavings off here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it on here, and you can see it sticks on here really good. Push it down so it's level, and then come on here and bring it to where I want it. And the problem is some of these parts are a little tweaked, and I see air gaps in here. Let me see if I can bring you guys in so you can see it. Let's bring you guys in real fast. So if you look down here, there's some air gaps in there. And same thing goes to the other side. So what I'm going to do is actually tack here and in the middle. I'm going to leave the bottom alone until I flip it over. And then do the same on this side. I'm going to tack here in the middle and then leave this is the bottom and that's the top, sorry. And then I'll tack the top when I flip it over. Alright, so let's get going on this. The welder I'm using is I believe a 90 amp flux core welder from Chicago Electric, which is Harbor Freight's cheap. You can get them for as low as like $89 when they're on sale. So that's what I like using. I wear the sleeves. I'm going to wear a leather welding glove on this hand and just a work glove here to use the gun, so I have a little bit more dexterity. And then a visor that dims really quickly for me. So I'm going to quickly set up here, and I'll be right back with you guys. So here you go. I'm set up now. I'm going to weld this side. Hopefully it doesn't turn out too bad on this camera. I've never done it before. First thing I'm going to do, like I said, use some of my non-stick oil. Again, this is just to make sure I don't get spatter everywhere. Helps if I grabbed my welding helmet. Okay. Let's do this. Yep, smells just like that stuff I bought. Alright, let's do the next one. There we go. Two nice little tack welds. You can see where they are. And that side's done. I'm going to quickly do the same on the other side, and we'll flip it around and do the other side. So if we look on the other side now, it's all done up. So it's kind of dark on this side, but you can see the two nice little tack welds there. Alright, so now I'm going to turn the part around. I'll secure it again with my magnets. I get the part that I want, set it up on this magnet, and get it in here the way I want it. There we go. I'm going to spray it down. And off I go. Clean off my tip of my welder. And there she is. I got the sides on. So I'll take the magnets off. You can see on here all the little balls from the welder. You can see here that it's all nicely welded there. And we got nice little tack welds there. Now what I want to do is actually put the top on. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm just going to place the top on top of it. Like so. And what I did last time was I actually used one of these, and I pretty much used it to position it the way I wanted it, and float it over the piece. It's almost exactly the same as the hole, so it's a little hard to get perfect, but you know, like so. So what I'm going to do is quickly spray the top so I don't get any spatter everywhere. And I'm going to just put a little tack here, and then I'll churn it and put a little tack on the other side and churn it. I'm actually going to end up using this little magnet on top to help me churn the project while I'm actually welding it. I do want to take off the nut that's on this side. I'll turn it in a second because it's a nylon nut and I don't want it to melt while I'm welding, okay? So let's do that real fast. Alright, that's one side. If you're hearing me hitting it, the tip gets all this crud in it, and when I tap it, it knocks it all out, so it's clean. But see, that weld's done, so I'm going to turn it. Now if you notice, I don't have an electrode stuck to this, or the electrode side of the welder. It's because this whole table, this is my welding table, is grounded to the machine. I actually have the grounding strap at the corner over here. I'll show it to you guys later, but this makes it a lot easier. I can just position this part anywhere I want and it grounds it. Kind of like it that way. Alright, so that's the other side, right? So I got that side done now. Looking good, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray a little bit more non-stick because it burnt off where the welds were. Alright. And I'm going to now weld in the middles here, and then after that the corners. And then after that we'll take off the bolt and we're going to start doing some stitch welding. Alright, so now I'm done with my tack welds. That's all I'm going to do for the tacks. You can actually see here where these little beads have got stuck, right? But they come off. That's what's nice about doing that spray that I just did. Now, the part's extremely hot right now. I mean, even with my gloves on, it's pretty hot. So what I'm going to do now is take off this nut because, like I said, this is actually a nylon washer, and with the heat it's going to start melting, and I really don't want it to do that. So let me do that real fast. Alright, that's out of here. Now one thing is that this is kind of stuck in there, right? But that's okay. I just pull it out and we're good to go. Alright, so now I'm going to start welding this up nice and hard. I'm actually going to do stitch welding, so I'm not going to spend too much time in one spot of the part. I'm going to jump around. I'm doing that so I spread the heat so the part doesn't warp. It's something I learned early on in welding, that when you heat stuff up it tends to churn, so you want to kind of gradually heat up the part. So what you're going to see me doing is moving the part a lot while if I actually, move the camera. So if I weld here this time, which is on this side, I'm actually going to flip it and do it on the opposite side. And then again, I'll flip it and do it on the opposite side. So each time I flip it, it's going to be 180 degrees away from where it was originally. That's going to help spread the heat and give ourselves a really nice welds here. One thing I'm probably going to do really fast is hit the joints with a wire brush, and then get going on this welds. But this is looking good. Alright. You can see here that this wire flux has quite a bit of slag that gets on it. You can see it right here. I'm actually going to remove all the slag with an acid treatment first, and then I'll brush it off. I also see that I didn't penetrate all the way over here, so I'm going to go back and fill that in right now. Alright. So I'm going to flip this around again, and we're going to hit it from a different side, right? Like I said. So now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to actually hit, I want to hit this side up here. I know it's directly across, but it should be fine. You can see here on the table a piece of the slag that broke off. I think it broke off of this piece right there. You can see where it's pretty and where it's not. Let me zoom in here real fast. So you guys can see that. See how it's nice and pretty here and then all slaggy here? That's from that piece of slag that came off over here. So yeah. So that part's done. Let's do this little part right here, and then I'll do across the top here. Let's see what's going on. Welder's giving me some noise. What's wrong, little girl? No! I'm out of wire. That was anticlimactic. Well, I'm gonna have to run to the store and get some more flux core MIG wire. I think I'll just go do that real fast. I don't know what time it is, but it shouldn't take me too long. But again, I missed the corner there, but I'll come back and fill it in. It's not a big deal. But yeah, one of the little balls went up and got into my my sock. Ow! All right, guys, let me go get some more wire and load up the machine again. All right, see you in a little bit.